All right. Welcome back, everyone, for another deep dive. And today we're tackling something I think we're all pretty familiar with. That phrase, cat got your tongue.
Yeah, oh
Like,
yeah, definitely. I hear that one all the time.
but have you ever thought about where it comes from? Why cats? Why tongues?
It's funny, right? We use these idioms without really thinking about them.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
So we've got this excerpt on idioms, and we're going to see what we can uncover.
Sounds good. I'm always up for a good word mystery.
So first things first, what does cat got your tongue actually mean?
Well, think about it. When do you usually hear that phrase?
Good point. Usually when someone's being unusually quiet.
Right. Like you expect them to say something, but they just don't.
And it kind of implies they're quiet for a reason, like maybe they're embarrassed or something.
Exactly. So the idiom is basically pointing out that silence and maybe even hinting at why.
Oh, like when you're caught off guard or trying to come up with a lie.
Yeah, exactly. Or, when you're just so surprised you can't even speak.
So it's not meant to be mean, really.
Hmm.
It's more dot playful.
Yeah, it's definitely more teasing than anything else. A way to lighten the mood.
Okay, so we've got the meaning and the general vibe, but the origin story, that's what I'm really curious about.
Well, get ready to be a little disappointed.
Wow.
Because the truth is, nobody really knows for sure where it came from.
What? Seriously?
Yeah.
No ancient myths or anything?
Nope, not a single one that's been confirmed anyway.
Oh, man, that's kind of anticlimactic.
I know, right? But it does make it a bit more intriguing, don't you think?
I guess so. So when did it start becoming popular, at least?
Well, we know it was already pretty common by the 19th century.
Wow, so it's been making the rounds for a while then. Our excerpt actually gave some specific examples of how it's used.
Oh, yeah, that's always helpful. Like in a classroom, for example.
Oh, I can definitely picture that.
Yeah?
The teacher asks a question and silence.
Right. And then, cat got your tongue.
It's a way to kind of break the tension, right? Not make
Yeah.
the student feel too bad.
Exactly. More of a gentle nudge to get them talking again. Then there's family gatherings. Those can be minefields for this idiom.
Oh, tell me about it. Imagine someone gets asked about their love life.
And suddenly they're very interested in their mashed potatoes.
Cat got your tongue to the rescue.
Haha. Yeah. Like a relative trying to say, come on, we've all been there. Spill the tea.
Okay, that's a good one.
Yeah.
What about our last scenario? The corporate world.
Ah, yes. Picture a big meeting. Everyone's supposed to be brainstorming.
And one person's just sitting there silently.
And then a colleague tries to break the ice with a, cat got your tongue. Or are you just dreaming of the weekend already?
Okay, that's a good use of humor in a potentially awkward situation. So we've got the classroom, family gatherings, and the workplace. All great examples.
And what's interesting is even though the scenarios change, the idiom itself stays pretty consistent.
But aren't there times when people get creative with it? Like substituting cat with something else?
Oh, absolutely. Sometimes it's for comedic effect, like, did a gerbil steal your vocabulary?
Or like, did your words go on a coffee break?
Exactly. It just adds that extra layer of playfulness.
But this whole idiom thing, it got me thinking, would this even work in other languages?
That's a great question. And honestly, probably not.
I mean, cat got your tongue wouldn't make much sense if you've never heard it before.
Right. It relies on that shared understanding. Like, we all know cats aren't actually stealing tongues. It's just a fun way to describe something.
So it's not just about the words themselves, it's about the culture behind them.
Exactly. And that's what makes idioms so fascinating, but also potentially tricky to use across different cultures.
Well, we've gone from classrooms to dinner tables to boardrooms, all thanks to this little phrase.
It's amazing how much depth there is to something we use so casually.
Yeah, and even without knowing its exact origin, it makes you wonder, how do these idioms even spread?
Like, how does a random phrase about cats and tongues become something everyone knows?
That's something I'll definitely be pondering. Well, on that note, I think we'll wrap things up here.
Until next time.
And may the cat never get your tongue.
Or at least, not for too long.
Exactly.